Thank you very, very much for attending our ribbon cutting for the Youth Engagement Services Project. It is our first renovation in this building, and it's based on making the library more adaptable to the community's youth. This project would not have been possible without the support of longtime library supporter and library user, Mayor Peter Cantu. And I'd like to ask him for a few words on this auspicious day.
Darren, thank you. I just want to, first of all, recognize some folks, staff folks that are here from the township. We have our Public Safety Director, Amy Blanchard, with us today. Township Administrator here today.
Over here.
Anthony Canfield is over here. Also, our Township Committeeman, Neil Lewis, is with us today. Ed Yates was supposed to be here today, but he's detained. He won't be able to be here, but he wanted to send his regrets that he couldn't be with us today. I could go on for a long time when I start talking about libraries, but I know we have a short program today. But I'd like to, she's shaking her head. I'll try to keep it. I want to thank the library director, Darren, and staff, and the library board for making this project so happen. It's been a lot of work, I know, because I attend those library board meetings and I hear all of the fits and starts and things that have gone on, but it seems to be that you've made a great success out of this project, so we appreciate that. I've been through a lot with libraries in Plainsboro Township. I was talking just a few minutes ago about the fact that my history with libraries go back, if you believe it, to the early 1970s, when Plainsboro was served by a library association and was housed in half of a one-room schoolhouse, which they had use of when it wasn't being used for other purposes, had a limited collection, and was supported by a library association of volunteers. That's what the early 70s looked like. Since then, we've built 2 libraries. We fully municipalized the library system here in Plainsboro Township. And today we're here to cut a ribbon actually on renovation to the existing library facility. When we built this is the second library we actually built in Plainsboro. When we built this facility, it represented the largest capital investment at the time we've ever made in Plainsboro. That was done consciously because we recognized what was happening in the community, the change that was occurring, and we recognized that when a library contributed to the community, not just as a depository of books or a place that people can come and read, but it represented a true gathering place for folks. Today, Plainsboro is a community of some 24,000 people, the most diverse community in Middlesex County. So we have a lot of new people that have come into this community over the past years. And I think the fact that we've been able to have this facility and other library facilities and library programs as more than, as I say, more than a book depository, but a place where people can gather, understand the community, and more importantly, understand each other. One of our goals, as I say, we are a diverse community, is to be a welcoming community and to celebrate that diversity. This library plays such an important role in that goal, in satisfying that goal. So I reach out and I want to thank everyone that contributes to that, contributes to our ability to make our goal happen, to become and continue to be a welcoming community and celebrate the diversity that Plainsboro is. I think that's about it since I was getting the signal short. She's got it. But again, I want to thank everyone for making it happen. I'm going to turn the mic back over. Who are we going next? Back over to Darren. Again, thank you, folks. Thanks for all you do for Plainsboro Township. Thanks.
Okay, now just a few words from Library Board President Peter Wong.
On behalf of the Plainsboro Library, Board, we are thrilled to celebrate the reopening of our newly renovated children's floor made possible by the YES Project, an initiative driven by our community's commitment to enhancing educational spaces. We want to extend a heartfelt thank you to Library Director Darren Miguez, our dedicated staff, most notably Ring Langley and Nick Aliveto, and the leadership of former board president Karen Kennedy, to Ed Klimek and Vince Vecchia, and to board members, past and present, whose hard work has led to this success. Also to Kerry Spiegel, and to our generous donors, including the Plainsboro Library Foundation and various local businesses whose support has been instrumental. Your efforts and contributions has turned our vision into a vibrant reality. We also want to extend our gratitude to Mayor Peter Cantu and Representative Linda Greenstein for their unwavering support and advocacy, which has been critical to bringing this project to fruition. So as we cut this ribbon, let's celebrate the new, interactive, and engaging spaces that will inspire and delight our children for years to come. Your support has made this transformation possible. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Peter. And now over to Mayor Peter Cantu to introduce our next speaker.
Thank you, Darren. Before I introduce our next speaker, before I get deep trouble at home, I'm neglected to introduce the fact that my wife is joining us today. She is a lifelong resident of Plainsboro, actually born in Plainsboro Township, so she keeps me honest. I think that none of these projects and the things that have been accomplished by the library over the years happen without the support of our resident population and our business community and our governmental leaders. And I think we have with us today, I'm pleased to say, one who's been involved in Plainsboro since she served on the township committee with me and has been a great supporter of library services, as well as other things, and a great contributor to Plainsboro Township. So with that, I'd like to introduce Senator Linda Greenstein to say a few words. Linda?
Thank you all. It's wonderful to see this day finally happen. The last time I was up here was before the renovations were done, and just looking around, it's such an inviting spot. And I think, as the mayor pointed out, the diversity of this community calls for something like this. First of all, we have the beautiful colored carpet in all different colors, so I would say that contributes to the feeling of diversity. And there are probably a million other things, including the books themselves. My own experience with libraries was not in a small town. It was in Brooklyn, New York, where I grew up. And I would have to say that going to the library was one of the most exciting things to me. I used to go by myself. I'd walk through all kinds of neighborhoods, which you could do back then. And it didn't matter how far it was, I would get to the library. And the two things I remember, one is when I was do you have separate cards for children here? Do they have separate library cards?
We all had one card.
There's one card, but we used to have two. So the most exciting thing to me was I was getting close to the age where I could get the adult card. I loved the children's section, but I felt like I'd read everything I wanted to read there, and pretty soon. And I actually remember going to the adult section and looking around and thinking, this is going to be mine soon. The other thing I remember is reading the book, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, which of course I was attracted to by the title. And the young girl in there made up her mind that she was going to read every book in the library. That was, she was very interested in sort of improving herself. She wanted to do that, so I made up my mind I was going to do it. I got through the beginning of A. She was doing it alphabetically. So the library just was such an important part of my life, and I made sure I went there minimum once a week and just tried to read as much as I could. So again, I want to thank you, Darren, thank all the staff, thank the mayor, thank the township committee, and everybody else for all the work that you did to make this possible. Thank you.
Okay, well, now I get to talk at length. So, this whole project came about once upon a time when one chair broke after 10 years of dedicated service. And as we gathered together, myself running the children's department back then, and the director at the time, Mary Ann Ralph, we wondered what kind of chair to replace it with. Should it have wheels? Should it be more study space? Could it be a sofa? And we decided we had a bigger challenge. How people use the space had changed, and we needed to change with it. That was over 3 years ago, and now we all come to the results of that one chair breaking, and we decided that the children of Plainsboro deserve all those options and then some. This is a new chapter for the Plainsboro Free Public Library, with this floor reinvented to better serve all ages all the time and serve all of their needs. As we move into the future, every floor will get the same thoughtful treatment, but today, this is the start of the library meeting the demands of the future, and allowing our children to make that future by engaging their curiosity, their love of learning, and giving them a space to express their many talents and interests. This floor is for them. Thanks to everybody for their kind words, and thanks also to the organizations that supported in this project, the New Jersey Legislature, thanks to our amazing local representatives, as well as the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, Princeton University, Munich Ray, and of course the tireless fundraising of the Plainsboro Free Public Library Foundation. Thanks also to our many grassroots community donors who helped make this day possible, and for funding new initiatives on this floor, including an upcoming addition of a laser cutter to our science center in honor of Eleanor J. Drybelvis. And finally, a very special thanks to all the library staff who have worked tirelessly through construction, who took every book off of every shelf into the basement and then back out again months later. Who helped with the floor's design and the furniture choices, all to best serve the parents and children of Plainsboro. In particular, thanks to Assistant Director of Operations Nick Olapeto and Assistant Director of Public Services Maureen Langley. I'm incredibly proud to be the director of this library and this staff. So, without further ado, let's cut this ribbon and get all of you into our YES project. Thank you.
From all of us here in the township, thanks for joining us today. We'll be back with another show about Plainsboro in the near future. Until then, keep exploring all Plainsboro has to offer as the best place to live, work, and raise a family.